What? Okay, we are good to go now. We're live, we're running, and we're happy. In case you don't know who I am or it's not on my tag, am Mike Meadow. I created a product about, 5 years ago that is a better way of building, and I've been very quiet about it. I've been researching, and with the help of the geniuses at Andrews University, go Cardinals, we have come up with, let's take a look at these, come up with a prototype system for the better way of building, better known as the gauged hemp block. And what we've got here is a density product where I've left some of the post exposed. Here is a close to final product. You can see it's hard like cement. It's super lightweight. You can kind of get a neat view of what the supports look like. Those plastic supports lock together and create a structural wall. You don't need any extra wood, cement, or steel. Special binder will adhere these to the tops of those, and those straight into the bottom here. Nice and tight. Real tight. I don't have them glued so I can show everybody. Several of the questions are, what is it? This is hemp, lime, and this is recycled plastic. So we're going to clean up the earth and stick it in our houses. Cool byproduct of the hemp and lime, when you have extra materials that you don't need, you crush this up out in your yard, makes your yard beautiful and green. The plastic just goes right back in the recycle bin to be recycled as something else. The density is very strong. The weight is not heavy. This block right now weighs in at about 18.5 pounds. Your average cinder block weighs in at about 40 pounds. And your average cement block weighs in at about 60 to 65 pounds. So, lighter, easier to use. They're going to sell for less than $20 a block. You don't need any other structural support. Something else that we're doing with this is, you can see right at the bottom here, there's a gap. And at the top, there's a notch. Turn it this way, it's easy to see. This fits inside of the groove under there, locking it completely side to side. It won't go. These lock in every 4 inches, keeping it horizontally and vertically stable. You can set a bus on this thing and it won't crush it. I've been asked if you can put a screw into these and how well will it hold. Well, let's find out. Oh, before I go there, this is kind of what it would look like when you get it ordered. This is a scratch coat. It's to keep any flaking and chipping off. This corner got dropped from about 4 feet high, and it took a little chunk out before I put that on there. It's nice and stable now. Let's just see what happens if we try to put a screw into these things. This is a 3-inch deck screw. Goes right in. And it's nice and strong. Didn't wiggle at all. Solid. You can pick up a 20-pound block with it, no problem. I'd say you can put screws into it pretty simply. This is a water-resistant product. Thanks again to Andrews University, go Cardinals. We have a special additive that goes into the lime that makes this a water-repellent block by nature. So you're not going to have to worry about anything. You put your stucco coating on the outside, you put your mortar coating on the inside, you smooth it out. Heck, on the outside you can make it look like anything you want. You just stamp it just like you would normal stucco. So anything you could do with stucco, you can do with these blocks. They're thermal. They're going to have a nice high R value. They have great impact, strength, and they're going to be lightweight, cheap, and you could build a big house in a very short amount of time because you don't need 14 subcontractors. You need somebody that knows how to stack blocks in a straight line. Then the utilities can come through, and if you'll notice, there's these wonderful holes in all the, every 4 inches there's a hole, That's where you would run water, electrical. You can also run electrical through the gap that goes under there horizontally. So you're running, you can come up and horizontal with your electric. You can come up and horizontal with your plumbing. Non-structural blocks will not have this plastic, and there are large holes in the non-structural blocks, about a 6-inch hole, and that will be good for your HVAC and your larger drains, things like that. So basically, it's fast, it's easy, it's going to last hundreds of years. It petrifies as it gets older, which means it's absorbing right now the airborne carbon dioxide that we're killing the planet with, sticking it into this, making this harder, longer lasting, and more resilient. And over the course of its lifetime, this one block will offset almost as much carbon as a small car. It's crazy. And I just had to go live. I had to show everybody this. Be on the lookout for a big blue G, because gauge temp block systems were coming your way. Thank you for the